In the heart of Southeast Asia, there's a nation of islands sitting right at the center of a huge, unseen financial ocean. And every single day, a massive tide of global capital washes through its economy. So, how big are we talking? $104 billion. Let that number sink in. That is the sheer volume of money that flows across the Philippines' borders every single year. It's an absolutely astonishing figure. But this incredible flow of money brings up a really big and kind of paradoxical question. With all that capital moving through the country, where does the real economic value actually end up? Yeah, this is what we're calling the $104 billion paradox. It's a systemic problem where all this money, this massive flow, just doesn't fully translate into real prosperity for the national economy. Now, this river of money isn't a mystery. We know where it comes from. It's fueled by the hard-earned cash sent home by our overseas Filipino workers. It's from the millions of tourists who visit, from the bustling trade of our small and medium-sized businesses, and even from international students paying tuition. It is, for all intents and purposes, the very lifeblood of the economy. But here's the crucial point, the real catch. The financial plumbing, the system that carries all this value, is old. It depends way too much on foreign-controlled networks like SWIFT and a whole complicated web of intermediary banks. And that kind of dependency, well, it creates a fundamental vulnerability. And that vulnerability leads to what is basically a massive economic leak. You could call it a high cost of friction, and it directly hits the nation's bottom line year after year. So the damage shows up in three main ways. First, you've got straight-up economic leakage. We're talking billions of dollars getting siphoned off by foreign middlemen through transaction fees and really unclear currency exchange rates. Second, all of this creates friction for growth, high costs for tourists and hidden fees for investors. That discourages spending. And finally, the whole system is so fragmented it gives regulators limited visibility, making it much harder to track things like money laundering or terrorism financing. And this right here, this shows a huge disconnect. The Philippines is a nation of tech-savvy, digitally connected people. 69% of adults have a mobile phone. And yet, look at the data. Only a tiny 12% are actually using them for financial transactions. There's this giant gap between having a technology and being able to really use it to participate in the digital economy. What if? What if there was a way to rebuild this foundation? A way to turn this weakness into a real strategic advantage? Well, that brings us to a proposed solution, something called a sovereign digital bridge, designed from the ground up for national prosperity. It's called the Digital Local Currency Program. The idea is simple but powerful. Create a modern, regulated, and sovereign infrastructure that puts the Philippines back in the driver's seat, in full control of its own currency flows. And you've got to appreciate the ambition here. This quote from the program's proposal says it all. This isn't just about playing catch-up. It's about making a strategic leap forward. It's about setting a whole new global standard. Okay, so how does it actually work? Well, the system is beautifully simple. It's built on three core pillars: buy, keep, and spend. All right, first up, buy. Imagine a tourist from South Korea or a student from the US. They could just open their own trusted banking app back home and instantly buy Philippine pesos at a totally transparent rate. No more getting ripped off by predatory money changers. Second, keep. They can then hold those digital pesos in a regulated, secure wallet, all under a licensed Philippine bank. And this is huge because it creates a massive pool of deposits, a sovereign float that strengthens our own banking system. And finally, spend. They can use those digital pesos to pay for absolutely anything, anywhere, using the national QRPH standard, from a five-star hotel in Manila to a tricycle driver in the province. And the scale of this opportunity, it's just immense. We're not talking about some niche market. We are talking about capturing a piece of over $38 billion from OFW remittances, another $18 billion from our SME exports, and $12 billion from tourism. All that value that was previously leaking out, it now gets captured right here, inside the Philippine economy. You see, this isn't just a cool tech idea. It's really a tool for nation building. It's designed to line up perfectly with the strategic goals that the government and the central bank have already put in place. Think about it. This program is designed to put existing national plans into overdrive. It dramatically speeds up the adoption of the national QRP standard by making it useful for literally millions of visitors. it directly helps meet the UN's goal of reducing remittance costs. And by moving money from untraceable cash to direct bank-to-bank connections, it gives regulators incredible visibility for anti-money laundering compliance. And of course, by making business settlements easier, it makes the Philippines a much more attractive place for foreign investment. So the difference is just night and day. A system with high fees and murky exchange rates becomes transparent and low cost. Untraceable cash is replaced by secure, digital, bank-to-bank transactions. Value that used to leak out to foreign middlemen is now captured right here at home. All that economic friction is replaced with what is essentially frictionless global commerce. The technology is here. The strategy is crystal clear. The only question left is one of will. Could a sovereign digital bridge like this be the final missing piece of the puzzle needed to unlock the full economic potential of the Philippines on the world stage?